Drivers, start your engines!
Be plenty of carnage, so full head on them, wound up. Yeehaw, boys. Holy. It's a junkyard. There's too much time hitting people. Chill a second. No gas, gotta hang tough here. Don't overdrive. Just let me do my job. 10 times. I don't care if I wreck the whole field. I'm over him. He's just a moron. That was an absolute bull. Not clear. Awesome. I tell you, Mama ain't raising no. What the f*** are you doing out here? People are saying, just racing like idiots. I don't care. Just let me drive. What is he doing? This is embarrassing. What a clown show.
Did you ever think you would see that?
How the f*** did that just happen? Holy cow! Let's go!
Hey everyone, welcome to NWP here on DannyBTalks. We are joined tonight by our normal co-host, Amelia Eastep. Oh, we're this way. And Riss Lundberg this way, aka Iceberg. How's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain.
I know.
Yeah, just a good Wednesday.
Yes, we are back here on Wednesday. We had just finished Martinsville. So the paperclip, what'd y'all think of the race?
It's good. Chase Elliott won. Denny Hamlin dominated the race. But he got more stage points than Chase Elliott, which is crazy.
Yes. So with this new format and whatnot, so he ended up getting more points. TikTok, he got himself another clock.
I'm not going to lie. I was very upset. Not that Elliott won. I thought he did great. But the fact that my man almost won the race.
That's right. You do
led
pull for getting Hamlin.
almost 300 laps. It was taken away from him.
Yes. He led so many. I honestly thought that he was going to win that race, but a great last pit strategy by Allen ended up helping them pull out the victory. So I think Allen deserves that clock.
Oh, definitely. I also think that Ty Gibbs did pretty well. I didn't expect him to do that well.
He's had a really good start to the season. We're kind of circling Bristol for him because he's run really well there. And, he's had great success early on in the season, which has been very surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So are we having some fun, ladies?
I think so. I think we can have a little bit more fun.
More fun. Fun early?
Yeah. Fun early. Ladies, I need you to hide those chats. Because we're doing random driver.
Ooh, we get to play.
Yes. Now, this research was all done by me.
All right.
I'm very proud of myself. So, this random driver has been with 4 different teams.
Kyle Busch.
Are you actually guessing Kyle Busch?
Wait, do I only get one guess?
No, you get 3.
We get 3. We're playing the real way.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kyle Busch is one of my guesses.
Kyle Busch is not it.
Dang it.
All right. This random driver has been tweeted about by all of our husbands. Danny has tweeted about this driver 10 times.
All right. Channeling.
Okay.
Jarrett has tweeted about this driver once.
Oh, that's very awesome.
Eric has beef with him apparently and has tweeted about him 63 times.
He does like to tweet. Okay.
This random driver has had 2 Cup wins in his career and 4 O'Reilly wins.
Oh shoot. Okay.
I don't know. It's sort of giving Denny Hamlin a little.
Why am me going like 1, number 2, number 3? I'm like going through the drivers. Like that's how I think.
Not BJ McLeod.
No, is that one of your guesses?
No.
I was like, she's gonna burn them all. Then I'm like, okay, I really got a shot here.
No. I'm like thinking out loud.
You're just like Eric. That Eric thinks aloud, and I'm like,
yeah. Wait, can you say they have 2 Cup Series wins?
Yes, they have 2 Cup Series wins and 4 O'Reilly wins.
Like just the races, not the championships or anything, right?
Just the races.
Oh, maybe it is BJ McLeod then. Okay, hold on. Let me think hard.
see, I don't think aloud because I'm like, I don't want to be like completely wrong.
Series, no way. Okay. Carson, oh, no. Oh
When
my
you say 4
gosh.
different teams, is this including lower series or just Cup Series?
Cup Series.
Just Cup Series. Okay.
Just Cup Series.
Wait, is this a current Cup driver?
Yes, it is a current Cup driver.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to say Daniel Suarez because I know he bounced around a lot.
That's a good guess.
I feel like he would have won more than that Xfinity right or O'Reilly.
That's what I would have thought.
Are you locking that in?
Yeah, I'll say him.
Daniel Suarez.
Correct.
Good job, Claudia.
That guy, because but I feel like he would have won more than that because he won a O'Reilly championship. But I guess I don't.
Yeah, he won. I believe he won an O'Reilly championship, but he's only won 2 Cup races. Other notable facts that I have dug up.
Yeah, we got to hear them all.
This random driver is known for their partnership with a well-known bar in Nashville, Tootsie's.
I did know that one.
I think that what was that the next clue?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure
you would have gotten it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what you said is like we would have gotten it by then. So,
this random driver makes a voice acting cameo in a Disney Pixar sequel movie.
Cars
3 specifically, yeah. Let me see.
I've never seen Cars 3.
You haven't?
You're coming over
Cars
and we're watching
2.
it.
Actually, I don't think I've even seen Cars. I know.
sad.
John showed my baby Cars at 3 weeks old.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
Cars 2, it took me the longest time to actually watch Cars 2 because I heard it was so terrible. But then I watched it probably a year or 2 ago and I was like, it is so different than 1 and 3.
yeah, I haven't seen the other 2. I've just seen the first one.
Yeah, well, like the second one is like they become like agents or secret agents or something. It's so different than the other one.
The next one was this random driver is one of 50 drivers that have driven the 99 in a Cup.
Oh.
Where's Ross?
We all locked them out before.
Yeah, they can't get in.
Yeah, no.
And we didn't tell them that we're doing this.
Yeah, no. We sent them on errands, honestly. This random driver got married in Brazil.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this random driver is a polyglot. And for people who don't know what a polyglot is, it is somebody who speaks more than 3 languages.
I didn't know what that meant either.
He speaks English, Spanish, and Portuguese.
Oh, slay.
Nice.
Yes. And then he's a dual citizen. And then he is currently sitting 16th in the Cup points.
Well, that sounds like my husband that said that. Went out for milk. That is out there he is. Big milk drinker. Okay, I really want to know what Eric's beef is with him. I was like,
wait, yeah, what is his beef?
I have no clue. I saw it 63 different times. I'm like,
so how how is that calculated? Do you just go under like X and then type in said driver?
I go onto his profile. I filtered it by Daniel Suarez, and then I just sat there counting.
Oh my gosh. Is that really what Jarrett does?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate the effort.
I think we're having some pretty good fun, ladies.
This is. I've got to bring the chat back up. Now I've got to figure out which.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Yes.
I want to get Cosmo a little fire suit. Wouldn't he
Oh
be
my
so
gosh.
cute?
Have you seen this stuff that I think it's who is it? PetSmart? PetSmart has like a NASCAR line.
Oh, we bought him the thing that does the tires.
Oh yes, like a little like pick gun thing.
The little thing. And he loves it.
Oh,
We
I
wanted
saw
to buy
the
him a
cutest
jacket, but they didn't have
I
his
saw the
size.
cutest little video. It was like somebody had their cat wearing the little NASCAR hat and the little sweatshirt, and I told Daniel, I said, Shugs needs that.
Yes. That would
Well,
be so
ladies,
cute.
I think it's time for some super chats.
All right, let's see about pulling these up. See if I can learn what the buttons to click. Let's see. Well, let's see. Well, Briss, do you know how to put them up?
It's a great question.
I was like, I can scroll.
I believe I do. Here we go.
There we go. From the Toyota Sloth 64, thank you for the $5. Says, I'm officially abandoned the Ford fan base and joined the Toyota fan base. Being a Ford fan is becoming more miserable than being a Mariners fan.
I do feel bad for the Mariners.
I was like, can't relate. Are they?
They're not bad. It's just they're on the brink of success and they always just choke.
Oh. Alrighty. Next one is from Nick Foley 1744 for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for making my night at work better. Go number 12 and number 77. It's like, all right, wife's going to be on the podcast. Is this going to be the new NASCAR wifey podcast?
I'm here for it.
It better not be a NASCAR wifey podcast. I'm about ready to take it back over.
Hang on.
Hey,
Hang on now.
You picked the lock.
Who approved this?
Oh, shoot. How'd you open that door?
Oh, he's got the pig gun.
I think her and the dog got it.
Riss, I think you need to read this super chat. That's funny.
From Calypso, the Sea Goddess. Thank you for the $4.99. Hello, Mrs. Lundberg. Do you plan on getting your husband to read that romance novel before I cast him into the locker of Davy Jones?
I think he's already screwed there.
If he doesn't read it, I will hijack his channel and you guys will see live streams from the Wifeberg reading it. And you will have
Yes.
your NASCAR
Now
ASMR.
you just
It will be
unlocked
great.
a new animal for them. They're going to be begging for that.
Yes. All right. We'll read one more. Below the apron for $5 says, given Cleetus is with RCR, he probably start top 5 at Dega. I can't imagine what will happen when they put 3 wide being pushed in a tight pack up front. Yeah, that would be very, very scary.
We
Is
should
it
read
about
one
time?
more.
Oh, we got one more?
I think so.
Okay. Pac-Man 79 for $2 says, Brewers fan here, and I voted Mama Berg. Go.
Listen,
Oh, yes.
I'm with
Your
you.
mom
I-
has been doing a contest, right? To throw out the
Yes,
first
she
pitch?
has. Yes.
Yes.
I think she gets the first pitch for the Cubs for one of the games. I'm not completely sure what's going on with that. But I am a Brewers fan and a house full of Cub fans. So
Yes. Yes, because Milwaukee. Yeah, right.
my dad used to take me to Brewers games
And
all
yet
the
they're
time.
wearing a Cubs hat.
Listen, if you can't beat them, join them.
Fair. All right. Robbie Racer 24 for $4.99 says, love seeing the ladies on tonight. My wife's going to love this. Great way to introduce NASCAR to the wives. Thank you. Yes. Daniel got me into watching, probably it's almost right at 10 years ago. We went to our first race, Bristol O'Reilly race when we were in college. So he actually bought tickets and said, we're going. And I was kind of mad. I was like, you didn't even ask me first. And here
Is
we
that
are.
where he proposed to you? Is Bristol?
Yes.
Yeah.
We,
Oh,
but that was not the same race. Like, because we
It
started
was
watching,
different race.
It's like a year and a half later, I suppose.
I was going to say, I was trying to think. Yeah. Because that was been spring of 2016. And then we got engaged fall of 2017.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
So, ladies, can we have our show back?
No. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, Eric.
My vote lasted.
His was fun.
I can't believe you have
Later.
Jeez.
Well, that was something. NWP took over by the wives tonight. Hope everyone had fun with that.
I have
I know
never been
Oh,
more
jeez.
disappointed in my spouse than when she told the world that she has not seen any of the Cars films.
And she claims to be a Disney fan at that. I mean, that's more embarrassing that she's a quote Disney fan and doesn't know her Cars knowledge.
Yep. We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have to talk about that later. Maybe we'll do the three of us, six of us. We'll have to do a movie night.
I guess
I'm
I guess the wives already handled pretty much everything. All right, great show. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. April Fools, everyone. Thanks for being good sports. That was fun.
They rocked it.
We have been talking about doing this idea for how many years now, and then April Fools finally fell on a Wednesday.
Yeah, we said they'll never see this coming.
Half of them been like, I wonder if they're going to have the wives on it in April Fool's Day.
I did see a few people locate that said that before. So
Good on them. Good on them.
hi, I'm Danny B. Welcome to NWP on DannyBTalks. I'm joined by my two co-hosts today, Eric Eastep and Jarrett the Iceberg Lundberg. We're going to talk a little bit more about Martinsville that the wives probably did not talk about because I think they just got the winner, and that was probably about it.
They're having fun.
Starting the real show fashionably late tonight. They always say like, the game starts at 7 and then like actual tip off is 7:10.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing tonight. We're starting green flag falling fashionably late on this show tonight. But yeah, we can get into Martinsville.
Alan Gustafson, he won the race this weekend. I won't even really say Chase Elliott won the race. Yes, he's the driver, gets credit for it. But Alan Gustafson, for once, all the Chase Elliott haters silenced, or all the Alan Gustafson haters are silenced a little bit because his move miraculously paid off, mainly due to what was the caution? Was it the Ty Dillon brake pad that caution that saved him?
Yeah, well, it was part of the rotor. It was a chunk of metal sitting on pit road. I mean, I think it's a caution. I think it's certainly like as debris caution's already a little painful because it's like, really? For it to be a piece on pit road, not even on the racing surface, is definitely like, man, I can understand like some of the drivers, it sounded like were kind of rolling their eyes, but I mean, it's a legit caution. I mean, if a tire's loose on pit road, they call a caution, even if it's, sometimes if it's during a green flag cycle, they'll try and hold off as long as they can. But like at the end of the day, if something dangerous is sitting out there where cars are going to be driving, they got to throw a caution. So it was a legit call, but yeah, it changed the race completely because otherwise Chase Elliott, I think they liked the two-stop strategy they were on, and talking to Chase after the day after the race, I think they felt it was going to, them short pitting the way they did force the one-stop guys to even short pit earlier than I think they wanted to. So that was going to be a really long final run on tires for everyone else. And so maybe Chase Elliott, if it goes green, would have had the pace to maybe not win, but go from like 9th where he was to like top 5, maybe.
Top 5 definitely seemed possible because of that.
Yeah, but we'll never know for sure. That the cautions were very timely and gave him a shot to win.
I'm also kind of not I'm half convinced. Like I think it's probably the one on pit road, but when they showed Ty Dillon's car when it went up in smoke, like there were pieces flying off of it. Then I'm kind of half convinced that Fox just didn't show the backstretch being cleaned up or like them picking something up there because it looked like stuff was falling off. But I mean
there
that
was
is
how
a
much
caution.
smoke coming from his car at that point. I mean,
there won't be mosquitoes there for a while.
Yeah. Any more smoke and you could make some ribs right there.
I like that one. But no, I mean, we've been hearing so much of the Fire Allen crowd for a while, and I like understand it. At times, like there's been times where Elliott will have the best car early on, and the last 20% of the race will just fall right back. But then there's other times like this where, it seems like it fell into his lap, but they put themselves in position. And over again on the show, I say, if you put yourself in position to win, you're going to cash in. And for all those races last year, they didn't. This is one they did.
Yeah, I'm like, for the ones who actually somehow don't like Gustafson, I'm like, please just reassign him to the 48 with Bowman when he comes back. I mean, if that's how y'all really feel about him, I would love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, this one race isn't going to completely change the narrative. Like, and none of us here, maybe Danny, I know your wife's more of a Chase Elliott fan, so maybe y'all follow.
Actually, not so much anymore. She's really gotten where she doesn't want to root for him anymore.
She just can't stand that Alan Gustafson, I'm assuming. She's just like, I'm fed up. I ain't watching until he's gone. But
she's not really said this too much, but she's low-key, whenever he's not hurt, she's low-key been rooting more for Bowman just because she wants to root for the underdog a little bit.
I like it. But what I was going to say was, like, we don't watch every race as closely as his diehard fans do. I can think of two examples this year, pre-Martinsville. One pro Alan Gustafson, one maybe anti-Alan Gustafson. The pro one was Vegas. They got better as the race went on, and by the end of the race, we're faster than Denny, and we're running him down in those final laps, finished second. Wasn't expecting that, especially at Vegas, an aero track with this new Chevy. I wasn't expecting that, so credit to the crew chief.
Too. They struggled there before.
Exactly. But then on the flip side, Darlington, I think it was, they tried to run long pit, one of the final sequences, or in stage 2, they ran longer than everyone else, tried to split the stage up differently, tried to think outside the box, and that one didn't work. They were not able to drive back to the position they were in previously, so they actually lost a few spots, lost stage points in that cycle. So I've seen both just in the last few weeks. I've seen Alan make the car better, and I've also seen his bold strategy kind of blow up in their face. And now we have an example of his bold strategy paying off. So it's just, in 6 weeks, Chase Elliott fans will probably have something else to complain about. They're not going to dominate every race, so there's going to be issues. But I think Alan Gustafson, his pedigree speaks for himself. If anyone has earned a long leash, it is Alan Gustafson. So, I mean, I hope this is the start of a really good year for Chase.
Yeah, I definitely think it can, and it set him up nicely. He's now 4th in the standings, and I think I originally had him as my regular season champion when we wrote down everyone that we had going into this season. So he's definitely starting to position himself closer where I thought he'd be, which is very ironic because I had Chase Briscoe also up there with him. And Chase Briscoe's been improving because he's up 21st where he was like really far back. But I think Chase Elliott is at least performing in terms of the chases right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Denny, man, I honestly thought until even when he lost the lead, I thought he was going to catch up to Elliott and win it still.
Yeah.
That he was so dominant early on. And I don't know if it was handling and also dirty air, but then also I got to say, at the end of the race, and it went both ways, so I don't think this cost Denny the race or won Chase the race. The lap cars, man, like you're getting down to the end and you're 3 laps down, like just get out of the way, like hit the brakes in the middle of the corner and let the leaders go by instead of racing them down the
Some
straight.
of them did. A few of them didn't.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out like Nemechek was a chore to lap all day. And I think someone, I forget what show, pointed out, well, maybe that's because Hamlin wrecked Eric Jones last week. Maybe they told the legacy guys, hey, don't give Denny an inch.
And then Custer with Elliott, like a Chevy dude.
And
that's true. Custer was a little. I love the cut to Alan. Alan's just like
for both Custer and the legacy guys. You feel like for Custer, you feel like you're a disrespected Chevy driver, and Legacy definitely feels like a disrespected Toyota team. I mean, in a way, why would you want to just feel like you got to move like out of the way of those guys when you're wanting to be getting those same opportunities too?
Yeah, and I know Denny also had said after the race that felt like maybe was it the left rear wheel was slightly loose. They had a similar issue couple of races ago, I forget where it was, where it's like the wheel attaches, but somewhere in there something's not quite right, and so the wheel, it's sitting there going, but it's also like sliding slightly. So I think that probably hurt his handling a bit. I mean, definitely, if it was as bad as he made it sound, I'm sure it definitely impacted the handling. So that was part of it as well. But I mean, what's crazy is Denny still earned more points than Chase Elliott. This was what I thought would be a very rare perfect storm where the race winner earned 0 stage points and second place not only earned max 20 stage points, but also got the fastest lap. Perfect storm that allowed Denny to earn 1 more point than Chase Elliott did on Sunday. So at least you can hang your hat on that to some degree.
And someone else that feel like we're getting used to saying this every single week. Got to give that attaboy to Ty Gibbs getting a 4th place finish in this one. 4 out of the last 5 races have been a top 5 for Ty Gibbs. The only one that wasn't a top 5 was a 6th place finish.
Well, I know 5 straight.
He's now found himself 6th in the standings. Ty Gibbs has.
Well, and he's tied with Reddick for most top 5s. He's tied with Reddick and Blaney for most top 10s. He just needs to lead laps and win. Like, that's pretty much all that's left at this point for him.
I feel like the win is closer than people realize. It's just a matter of having top 5 speed and having race winning speed at this point.
And Danny is circling Gibbs for Bristol.
I know he's been setting that up for a few weeks. It's a good pick. It's definitely a good pick.
Yeah.
I still feel like things seem to be going good for Ty right now. It's the best stretch he's had in his Cup career, but we've seen him have good stretches in the past. Shoot, he won the in-season challenge last year. I mean, after Atlanta, some of that was just sort of by default. The pieces fell into place, but like he's had his good stretches followed by tremendous slumps. And I just think that's Ty Gibbs. I think he rides the highs. He also gets down to the dumps and simmers on the lows. But like right now, I mean, Ty Gibbs did an hour-long podcast interview with Kenny Wallace this week. Like, he doesn't do that, like, ever. I'm not sure he's ever done that. He's not one to go out in front of the cameras and do all that. It was a great interview and actually showed I think a fun side of Ty Gibbs that people should probably check out if they're interested. But my point is, like, when things are going good, Ty Gibbs is good. But the moment if Bristol, I bet they're circling Bristol too. If something happens at Bristol, a bad pit stop, a blown tire, maybe they're just off and they run 20th or worse. If Bristol goes bad, I just still feel like it won't take much for Ty to slip back into one of those slumps. So we'll see. I think he needs to get that win soon. I think if he gets it, it's going to be soon.
Whatever setup that Hamlin has had the last few trips to Bristol, I feel like Gibbs is going to have that setup this time. And having a week off in between here and there to kind of fully get prepped for that one. I'm not quite confident to pull the trigger on a prediction later in the show and say that he will win Bristol, but I think he's got a good shot at it.
Save it for next week. We got another show next week before Bristol. You can let it simmer, let it sit for a few days, and we won't come back to that. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, I know that. That's your territory. You've marked your Ty Gibbs territory for the time being.
Danny with Ty Gibbs at Bristol is me with Taylor Gray's career right now.
Watch I say something like that, and then Jared's going to be pulling back like, oh, yeah, Danny, you said Carson Hocevar would win before Ty Gibbs ever did. I don't know if I did that or not at this point.
I could look, but Ty Gibbs played a part with a lot of other drivers in this race. Like, the super teams just dominated. I said it in my post race, like, the rich got richer in this race. The top 9 are all Hendrick, Gibbs, and Penske, and 10th is a Penske affiliate that everyone calls the 4th Penske car.
That's true. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
Like, they, and then it wasn't like, oh yeah, they all just sort of ended up there. I mean, pretty much all of them were getting stage points. The only ones that were really wrecking the party and getting stage points away from them were SVG, who I thought had a really good day, and Ryan Preece. Like, those were I believe the only 2 non-superpower teams that got stage points in this race too.
But even then, like, I was watching Preece closely, and it's like he had a hard time driving past 10th. I think they had one bad pit stop, set him back a little, but even when he got back up there, he could not break into that top 10 consistently.
On that same note, Preece got 12th, Brad got 13th, Busher got 19th. Isn't that incredible when an off week for them is that they're still inside the top 20, flirting with the top 10?
True. I mean, they're on a good, solid stretch right now. So
I
expected a little more.
Right now, Brad and Busher, they're all in the chase at this time.
Well, and it's a far cry from where this team was. What, 10? I might even 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, sure.
Like, if I told
Brad
you
got there, yeah.
If I told you all 2 or 3, depending on what year of the Roush cars, are going to be in the top 16 in points. Basically, if I told you that from like any year after Matt Kenseth left the team, I don't know if you believe me. Like, yeah, they had 2013 was decent with
They're still good
with Biffle and Edwards, but it wasn't.
They were
the
really
same.
good until they were good until Carl left. After 14, because Carl in 14 still won a couple races, I think. And then at that point, I think Greg Biffle was the only veteran there trying to hold down the fort, but he didn't have. When did Biffle win his last race? Was it 2014, 15?
I was there.
13.
2013 Michigan.
13. Yeah. So once Carl left, it was really they were done for until Newman had a good year in the 6 where I think he made the playoffs. There was one year I think Ryan Newman pointed his way in, and it was like, wow, okay. But outside of that, they were lost until Brad came along and the next gen came along. Real quick before we move on, another just pause on Shane Van Gisbergen. And I don't have his numbers pulled up. Actually, I do know one off the top of my head. So we're 7 races into the season. Shane Van Gisbergen's had 2 bad races this year. Daytona, I believe he got caught up in a crash. It's Daytona. That happens. Throw that one out. And I'm going to, for the sake of argument, throw out Las Vegas, where he got loose on the first lap and damaged the splitter and was a non-factor. Take out those 2 kind of blow up bad races. The other 5 races, 4 of them ovals, his average finish this year is 8th. Like he's not a surprise it's not a surprise to see him running top 10 anymore. And what's shocking to me is that he is now on with regularity outrunning Ross Chastain. Like that's whoa, what is going on? So yeah, kudos to Shane. He is ahead of schedule, like you said.
That's the crazy part is like 11th. If you just looked at the box score, you're like, that's a great run. If you watch the race, you're like, he deserved more. And that's crazy to say because Ross finished 16th, and if I hadn't written his name down in the finishing order, I wouldn't have known he was out there. I never saw him all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy, man. But should we talk about the latest beef with the Hurricane?
Real quick, before we get into the Bubba Carson beef, I want to make it clear I don't have beef with Daniel Suarez. I apparently I've tweeted about him.
You're obsessed with him, apparently.
That's just because I'm a fan. That's just because he's been around a long time. He's done a lot of interesting stuff. I'm not an anti-Daniel Suarez. I don't think I ever have been.
63 tweets. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Well, I've had him on the show a few times. I mean, he's done some stuff. I probably tweeted about him 3 or 4 times, in the last couple of weeks. The Ross Chastain confrontation. So
you'll really have beef if you're tweeting about his wife more than him. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, believe me, that is a fight I will lose. So I'm not even going to try. But I got no beef. That's the point. I have absolutely no beef. We are all amigos here. So anyway, I wanted to make that clear.
One thing I want to make clear is that I think who do I have as my? I don't have the suck pick last week. I'm just checking real quick. Oh no, I didn't put him down. But for once, Tyler Reddick seemed human. 15th.
Yeah, this is one of his worst tracks. I think I looked it up. This is his average finish at Martinsville for his career is like 18th or 19th. So he still finished better than his average.
So
yeah,
that's why the point standings are somewhat closer this week.
Yeah, but yeah, back to the beef. Bubba Wallace versus Carson Hocevar.
That's not beef. That's chicken.
Yeah, it's true.
You can get tenders from both of them.
The Hardy, well, you get burgers too, right? Hardee's and Chili's.
What am I talking about? Get all the food from these guys after they finish taking each other out of a race.
Fast food feud. Gosh, try saying that 5 times fast. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for all of us, but that looked like a Bubba Wallace move he would have made 3 years ago, when he hadn't won as many races, was still kind of had that chip on his shoulder, just not seeing the bigger picture. I get why he was mad at Carson. Carson made kind of a very aggressive move into turn 1 on the restart, muscled, had to door Bubba out of the way. Like, I get Bubba being mad. Carson has a shot coming, but you gotta pick and choose your payback more carefully. And Bubba just throttled up and just drove through him and wrecked himself. So
think about it like Bubba, you gotta step back and remember, dude, Carson is 15th of standings. You lost 8 spots, fell to 11th when you were way up the ladder in the standings. You threw away your race in the best start of a season you've ever had, all because you wanted to wreck the Dente.
Well, and like when I went live after the race, I'm thinking that it's going to be one of those instances where, maybe Fox doesn't show the full story and then somebody pulls up the onboards and like Hocevar is banging on his door or something, or has hit him multiple times or whatever. And that was just like the last straw, and I even said, I'm like, I kind of like that Bubba is one of the few drivers who, looking back at the history between Hocevar and any other driver, doesn't take a shit. Like he will not take it the way that a lot of other drivers will be like, I'm going to get him and then don't do a damn thing. So I'm thinking that there's like some kind of justification. Now, I don't think that he was like going in to just like wipe him out, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano style. I watched the in-car camera, and especially once they got to the middle of the corner, like he was out of the throttle for the most part. Like he was hitting him a little bit, but that's just Martinsville. But he put himself in a bad position being mad. I think that part is irrefutable. And because of that, he ended up being the one that suffered the most. And I believe his teammate was caught up in that and finished like way worse than he should have finished in this race again.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just I think a lose your cool moment, unfortunately, for Bubba Wallace. And it's just one where under the old format, you can probably get away with this time of year, where he's at in points, all that stuff. But under this format, I mean, like Danny said, he dropped from 3rd. He's technically tied for 8th, but it's like a 4-way tie. So yeah, he's like in that 8th to 11th range now. Yeah. And I mean, I know the standings are still tight. It's still early in the season, but that is, I mean, that you threw away one of your mulligans, or you used one of your mulligans right there when you just didn't have to.
Really, Bubba's got to tone down the aggressive. Stupid aggressive stuff is what cost him the win at Atlanta this year. He made a block on
Hocevar.
He didn't need to make that block, and it costed him the win.
Yeah, he threw that block. It was a late block, kind of a little over aggressive on Hocevar, who hung him out. So yeah, I mean,
2 times this season, Bubba could have been sitting in 2nd or 3rd place in standings right now, but instead, by technicalities, he finds himself 11th within that 4-way tie for 8th.
Yeah, so just not going to say a missed opportunity. It was an opportunity for cooler heads to prevail. Yeah, I mean, like we agree, like some form of payback, absolutely justified. Like Jarrett was saying, like you don't have to put up with Carson's stuff. Carson's going to knock you out of the way you knock him back, but you got to choose your payback.
I think if a driver fails to do payback like this, instead of back when you were in school, you would have to stay around and write like the same sentence like over and over, like 100 and however many times in a row.
Like Bart
Simpson. He should be forced to watch Danica Patrick and Landon Castle on a loop like 200 times or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that brought up a lot.
Well, what do y'all think of the racing overall at Martinsville this weekend? Because I don't know, we'll get to the Jarrett poll in a moment. I gave it a lower score than usual on my groovy gauge. I know the Gluck poll was pretty low.
It felt like something that just reminds me we have lost the funness of Martinsville, if that's the word for it. Like but it's mainly just a result of this car on short tracks. It's just very hard to get too excited for Martinsville. I don't know. It's awesome to be there, but watching it on TV, it's just, if it wasn't for the uniqueness of that caution and the Gustafson thing, we would have just saw Denny Hamlin dominate this entire race for the most part. Something we didn't even talk about real quick before I move on. What was that move on Blaney? I obviously had Blaney as my pick, and I felt like he had a legitimate shot to beat Hamlin, and then he just threw him into the wall.
Did y'all hear Blaney on? Did you hear Blaney on Sirius today? I know I just talked. I know this is gonna sound so hypocritical because I'm over here like, got to be cool, got to keep your cool, play it, be cautious, understand the points. But in the case of Blaney, he said on Sirius today that basically he and Denny are cool. Like he understood where Denny was coming from. It wasn't on purpose. He said, well, we're good. And my takeaway after hearing that was, bro, what? You just got fenced. You just got straight up wrecked for third. Yeah, it was an accident. I'm not saying you go, drive through Denny the first chance you get, but you got to at least file that one away for later. And he's like, no, I'm cool. We're good.
Like, history of it. Denny has a history of that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of times.
It was an accident.
Blaney was running that race. He runs at Martinsville a lot, where he starts pretty far back and has to climb his way up, and he legitimately was. I think he was faster than Hamlin at the end of it, and then things didn't work out for everybody.
It was going to be an interesting battle, but yeah, to your point, Jared, like this isn't the first time, this isn't even the fifth time Denny has, basically drifted up the track and put someone in the wall. So like, you don't have to go out there and overdo it and, right rear or do something crazy to Denny, but like to just say, oh no, we're good and kind of dismiss it. What? Like hell, like that's one you definitely got to file away for later. And maybe this is gamesmanship, but I was surprised by how chill Blaney appeared to be this week after the incident. That's all.
I know for Hamlin, like winning at Martinsville, it's different. It's his home track. He obviously proved it. How mad he got at Bowman a couple years ago when Bowman won there. It just means a lot to him to win there at Martinsville. He didn't necessarily have anything to be mad at Chase Elliott for, because nothing really he could do about that at the end of it.
Well, kind of going back to the overall racing. So I'm not going to say it was a good race, but I feel like I'm more positive than most people were on this race. And I think it's because we had high expectations and we were let down. So like I said, it was around probably a 6 out of 10 race. I'd even say 5 out of 10 now with a little more time. I honestly didn't think it was as bad as a lot of people were saying. I didn't think it was good either. But when you look at spring Martinsville races, this is probably the best we've gotten. There was a decent amount of passing in the first stage. The second stage, I will say, was a drag. I'm not going to defend that. But I just kind of thought it was meh, and I think that's why people are more upset. If it was just like that race we were at in 22 and everyone was just a single file line the whole time and nobody passed at any point, I think people would be like, well, that's next gen Martinsville. But I think it's because there was at least some glimmers of hope and they were dashed away. People are more upset. Like the tire wear. The tires did wear earlier in the run than they had before. Usually it's like 60 laps into a run with the 670 package, and that's when they start wearing. This time, I mean, you were starting to see more wear, slowing of times, I'd say about 20, 30 laps in, which is more close to normal Martinsville. But I think that's what's kind of pissing people off the most, is that like it is a bit closer compared to other spring races. I'm fully expecting the fall race to be better, like, because that's just how it's been every year. And I don't, it might be the chase this time instead of like the winning you're in playoff side of it, but just by the end of the year, it's better.
At that point, it could be a last second push for some guys to like, I need to win this race. I need to get that maximum points to climb up the ladder at that point,
Yeah. At this point, I can't get excited over any track with concrete corners because they're just so temperamental with this car, whatever tire mixture Goodyear's been using the last decade or so, weather.
What kind of tire system we're going to have.
No, we know exactly what tires they're going to have at Bristol. I don't know if we know the weather yet, but like it's going to come down to the weather. It doesn't matter really anything else they do. It's going to come down to the weather. And if it's literally if it's 1 or 2 degrees different air temperature, it's the difference between what we saw last fall and last spring. It's crazy. And I could say the same about Nashville and to a lesser degree Dover. Like Nashville in this car, that first year when it was cool under the light, or it wasn't really cool, but it was under the lights. I don't know how that changed things. That first year, I think Chase won. That was a great race. It was after the rain delay. That was an awesome race.
No, the first year of the next gen, you mean, yeah.
First year of the next gen, you're right, because 2021, I think, was the first year they raced Nashville. Kyle Larson.
He roasted in the sun, and Larson dominated it.
Larson led like every lap. It was extremely boring, and we've had some hit or miss next gen races. So it's just any concrete corner track at this point, I can't get excited for, because I literally don't know what we're going to get until I wake up that morning. If I'm there, what's the air like today? Okay, all right, we might get a good race. Like, there's really no other way to predict that. You can't have any expectations on top of that.
Well, that's just the whole thing. It frustrates me with the car. Like I'm seeing, like now people are like Martinsville's always sucked, and it sucks. And like, no, it hasn't. Dover has not always sucked. Like it's the car again, and we can tread over the same arguments. I mean, that's basically what NASCAR media has been doing the last week about every single topic. We've been treading over the same shit, whether it's
what's your take on the Hall of Fame, Jarrett?
I think it's Dirty Mo turning into ESPN, honestly. Like that's what I think it is. But people hate me because it's Dale Jr.
If we're gonna get onto these weird Hall of Fame takes, and I don't know, it was once said on this show that Eric would be in the Hall of Fame as a YouTuber or something like that.
Whoa! I never said that. Whoa! Don't put that.
I didn't say any of us said it. It was once said on this show.
The chat said.
Okay. I wasn't trying to start. I was being sarcastic with that.
No, but I'm just, it is frustrating, but I'm hoping, what I'm hoping is that NASCAR doesn't do the nuclear option that they've done before, like with Gen 6 and to a lesser degree, the COT, and start changing tracks because the car can't race good at them. Like, I don't know if it's fix the car or make the Gen 8 better, which will probably just be a facelifted Gen 7, but I'm with you. I mean, there's no other way really around it. I mean, it pisses me off because this is my favorite track. I think that's why, like, the more I thought about it, the more annoyed I got with it. This is my favorite track. I know this track can be better. I know this track can be the best in NASCAR in certain years. I mean, look back at like 2011, both those races for different reasons were crazy good. Look back in great, I'm sick again. 2014, both races were great. Two vastly different cars in how they drove. The Gen 4 was great here. This has been a track that has been great for 70 years. And now this car comes around and sucks at it. And it baffles me. I once thought this was the track you couldn't screw up. And I was wrong.
I think my favorite Martinsville races were those ones in like 2011, 2012, that particular version of the Car of Tomorrow, when you would see they'd go down the straightaway and it looked like the car was doing the Carolina squat because it was just like raised up so high, and then all of a sudden it got to the corner and just like slammed down on the ground. That was my favorite.
I loved
it. Of cars. Man, Jared still hurts thinking of 2011. Junior getting past what 4 to go.
I try to forget, honestly.
And then there was the one, I think 2012, where Newman won it, but like Boyer and Gordon wrecked. I think someone else wrecked. Like it was a lot.
Danny, I drink to try and forget about those things. What do you think about the stage yellows, man? I mean,
the stage 1 to stage 2 is especially egregious. And I think it's getting blown slightly out of proportion only because that was an instance where you had a caution with 3 to go for, I forget who it was, Cody Ware or somebody blew up. I don't remember what it was.
I think he got spun, yeah.
Yeah, he got spun out. And so you had an extra 3 or 4 laps on top of the so I think at the end of the day, yes, we all agree stage cautions are too long, but I think this was one of those rare instances where it was even worse than usual. I don't know what to do about it. Like, because like at the end of the day, I've seen the debate. It's like, well, TV's got to get their commercials in it. And it's like, well, you're right. TV does have to get the commercials in. I mean, they're paying.
They do it over green flag racing every 5 laps at Martinsville anyway. What difference does it make if we keep it green?
That's like you're saying, like eliminate stage. Yeah, no, I agree. We could do that. I'm just saying, like, I was saying if they keep stage cautions the way they are now, you're right. Like, sorry, we're having 2 different discussions now. If they kept stage cautions, I don't know how you shorten them up that much. Maybe you can shorten them up by 60 seconds slowly but surely. That'd be great. Any bit would help. But yeah, if you're just saying get rid of stage cautions entirely, which is another alternative,
that's where I'm at.
That's fine. But we're going to end up with more caution or more commercials over green flag racing. If they do them side by side, maybe people will stomach it. If they don't, they won't. We'll see. It's at the end of the day, like people have showed the data that like the number of commercials over NASCAR races hasn't really changed in 25 years. But we all hate it so much more now because the rest of media has changed so much in 25 years. Exactly. Like, we've now all been conditioned to skip ads after 5 seconds or to, so it's just tough. It's one of those ways broadcasts haven't fully adapted to the new modern era.
I'm betting you guys in their late 20s and early 30s back at the start of the 2000s and the 90s, they didn't care. All right, it's time for me to get up and get another beer or something like that. Whereas like now, like, we're getting pissed about that. That's my point, though, is that Fox, especially, but I would say even TNT and NBC, Prime is in a different category because of just how different it all is. But they still put commercials, especially early in the races, over green flag racing anyway. Sometimes they'll just come back for 3 laps, even at a track like Bristol or Martinsville, and then go back to commercial. So my point is, what difference does it make? Because they're already doing it. They're already going to do it. They're doing more side by side anyway. We're really winning that battle. Let's keep it green. Let the flow of the race go. It would have really helped Darlington if they just kept the race flow going because of the tire strategy and the different, ways they were going about it. I honestly think it would add more stakes to the race because if somebody does an alternate strategy, get stage points, and then it fails, like they end up like, yeah, sure, they might get 3 stage points, but then they end up 2 or 3 laps down because they had to pit when nobody else did. Like, to me, that adds gravity and stakes to it. So I'm all for kind of going more, I guess, back to our roots, like NASCAR was saying earlier this year. Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I like awarding stage points throughout the race, even though we're no longer in the playoff point era. I still think it's nice that, the dominant drivers get a little extra in the bank in case something goes horribly wrong with 2 to go. Like, I like that, but I'm with you. At this point, I think most tracks, you could even make the argument all tracks should just stay green. You like award the points as they cross the line, let them keep rolling and see where it plays out. I think we're getting to that point now where, yeah, it's just too long. It's too tedious.
Well, speaking of stage points, right now, Ryan Blaney has the most stage points that I'm seeing, and it gives a good chance to just talk about the points standings real quick. We kind of touched on it briefly, but we can focus on it just a little bit better. Yes, this is the correct one. Thank you, Jarrett, for pulling up this graphic. Ross Chastain leads Austin Cindric right now.
Did they actually put this on the air? Because
they did. I was live. There was a live reaction of me. I think I like looked over and like, oh, they got the point. What the? And then I'm like, are you serious, Fox? And even
Emmy
Chris
Award
Myers,
nominated broadcast.
Even Chris
team.
Myers was like in the nicest way, was like, what the hell are you guys doing? And I get it's like a flub, but
I just love that. Like, where did they get those? Where did they get these points from? Like, what? Like, I understand it's obviously just numerical order, but
the points are correct, but somehow, some way,
no, they're not.
No, they're not. No, the points are wrong too.
They're the points from after Las Vegas.
Oh, that's even weirder.
How were they 2 weeks off?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry.
How were they 2 weeks off? I mean, that is like a special kind of terrible.
Get this off the screen, Jared. People are tuning in for the first time. There we go. There's the right ones.
Yeah, that's like the test graphic that like they're just trying to try stuff out, and they just put them in order of number.
Less than 2 months till prime. Anyway, here's the real points.
Yes.
Tyler Reddick, still the points leader, and he will probably stay the points leader for quite a long time until someone can come near him and wins.
I mean, the big mover of this group we already talked about was Bubba dropping a bunch of spots. I mean, Ty Gibbs.
Interesting point. The top 4 are all the winners.
Yeah.
So it's not winning you're in by any means, but winning those extra points compared to previous generations of the Chase and point standings, they're making a difference. I mean, if they didn't have the added, 15 points compared to last year, William Byron would be ahead of Chase Elliott right now. And it might not make a difference now, but could after Daytona.
But I mean, this gives you an idea of how much wins really matter when you look at Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick. They are even on top 5s and top 10s. Ty Gibbs has 1 DNF where Reddick does not have a DNF. But Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick so similar on that, and 4 win difference makes 131 point difference.
And then there's also the cut line.
Yeah, go to the next page. Yeah, Shane Van Gisbergen being ahead of all the Spire cars, being 5 positions ahead of his teammate Chastain. That's pretty significant. Austin Cindric, though, back-to-back top 10 finishes. They've had top 10 speed almost every week, but stuff always seems to happen. They've had 2 clean races now, and boom, he's gone from 30th to 18th. He's right back in the Chase picture. So good for him.
And points wise, he's still close. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it's like overboard for me to say this early, but I think based on just how slow he's been compared to other years, like I personally think it's time to be worried about Ross Chastain. Maybe not about missing it, but I don't see him getting higher than this page.
At this point, I don't feel confident about anyone below Chase Briscoe truthfully getting near that cut line.
Well, Briscoe. I mean, what the hell is up with that team? They were awful, and they did not deserve a 14th place finish.
They had an awful start to the season, but because they were back in like the low 30s, so they are climbing.
But like this race, they were running awful. until like the end when he got back on the lead lap and he was
That's
able to make
true.
up a few spots. But I just the 1 and the 19 teams right now perplex me.
It really does feel like the 19 swapped something with the 54. It really does.
I'm not too worried about either yet. I mean, I don't think either I think they're both out of the championship conversation at this point, which is, for at least for Briscoe, that's a big disappointment. But I'll say I think Briscoe, they're going to keep getting better. They just are. I think Ross Chastain. I think Ross Chastain's going to keep getting better too, because remember, he is a new crew chief. And I mean, Kyle Busch is going through some pains with his crew chief. I mean, Connor Zilich that's a new crew chief. They brought Randall Burnett over and they are struggling right now. So, there might be something too, having that instability or having that turnover that's taken some time to adjust.
We've said this before for Ross. It feels like it takes him until Kansas Coke 600 weekend to figure it out and get them to winning speed again.
Here's where my worry with Ross is. Last year, they ran kind of similar, maybe a little bit better for the most part, but for most races, we're in that 9th to 15th range a lot of the time, except mile and a halves. And they didn't run at all good at Las Vegas, and they don't really have as much time to figure it out. Kansas is the race after Bristol. Texas, where he arguably, I think, is fastest consistently, is 2 races after that. And then 2 points races after that is the 600 in Nashville right after. So, like, they need to get it figured out quick, especially at those tracks, because those were the saving grace for that one team a lot last year. And maybe it's ECR in general. I mean, it seems like if you're not Hendrick powered, unless you're the 41, you're out to lunch with the new Chevy body.
I'm checking back in on about where Ross was a year ago, and last year he finished 8th at Atlanta. He finished 5th at Vegas, 6th at Martinsville, 7th at Darlington, 7th at Bristol, 2nd at Texas, 3rd in the All-Star race, won the Coke 600. And he had a summer where he just flat out sucked. He had 26th, 33rd. There's a 33rd, there's a 39th.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but they had a decent enough start last year that they didn't have to worry about a summer, that's a tracks that has difficulty at. So, like, I still think the 19, I think, is going to make the chase. I think he'll probably even get up to the top 10 in points, but top 10 is not good enough. You got to be top 3 to 5 at lowest.
In a weird way, because we've seen, not necessarily last year, but I feel like in other seasons past from Chastain, if there was ever going to be a driver that could, like Tony Stewart 2011 this thing and do not good and then flip it on for the chase, it could be a Chastain.
Yeah, but he'd be so far back. I mean,
I don't think Trackhouses can do that at this point.
If you're past 10th in points, you start the chase over a race worth of points back.
Yeah,
I mean, and to my opinion, that's insurmountable. Stewart had to make up 12 points on the lead at the start of the chase in 2011. Like, Ross would have to make up like 70.
That's true.
You could do with the wins, but it's going to be difficult.
Seeing how this year plays out is going to make a big difference on what NASCAR does with the chase moving forward. They might end up overhauling that amount of points coming into it.
I don't think they should. Why should they? I mean, if they're barely scraping by to be top 10, they shouldn't be handed
if they don't get the show that they want, they're going to do something probably.
I think I would like to think they at least thought about that before putting this system in. If they didn't think about that and they're like, yeah, that'll make people happy for the announcement, then they're like, there's bigger problems in the championship for sure. Danny, how'd the ratings go this week?
It's a good question. I don't know. Yes, I do actually. Cup race scored 2.394 million viewers, which is down 1.2% year over year. Very, very close on that, which it's bad for me. Still down. I have a prediction it needs to be up, but it's still down. But however, it is the second highest spring Martinsville viewership since 2019. And as for the O'Reilly Series race, it scored 1.198 million viewers, which is up 18% year over year. And it is actually the most watched spring O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race ever. Granted, there hasn't been a lot of those in its history at Martinsville, but it is the most watched spring Martinsville O'Reilly race ever.
Good for
Not very
them.
often we say that about NASCAR viewership anymore.
But
the Polium effect.
more that matters than that is, what does our lovely audience of NWP / random people who get Jarrett's community tab polls for some reason. That's the poll.
Yeah. So about 10,000, 11,000 voted. I'd have to double check.
It's
I'll admit-
10,000.
No, I haven't checked in 2 days.
Oh,
so.
I see.
I checked on like the numbers, but I totally forgot of like count the amount of votes. 11% said great, 52% said good, so 63% net positive, 31% average, 6% negative. So 63% when it comes to net positive. I'm looking down here. That would be the third lowest Darlington polled race ever. Only ahead of 2021 spring race and last year's spring race.
I think you just said Darlington on accident.
Or Darlington, sorry, Martinsville, I should say. Actually fifth lowest. Funny enough, it's actually ahead of all of the spring races in the next gen era. So fans thought it was the best.
That's surprising because I would have thought this was on par with or even slightly behind last year's spring race.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because Denny beat Chase last year. This year, Chase beat Denny. That's got to be worth a few points.
That probably does. It does give it a few points.
Just a few.
But still, I mean, like it's crazy. All the ones behind it are 22, 23, 24, 25 spring, and then the 2019 fall race, which was a 550 race. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The first comment was from NWP. Was it positive, negative, or meme?
I think they are a Chase Elliott fan. This is going to be a very positive one.
So my gut went positive, but I know I never get these right. But okay, let's see.
Welcome back, Phantom Cautions.
Damn it.
Meme.
Holden says, and this was the top comment, to quote Richard Childress, we need some better race cars in regards to Chastain. 3 straight top 20s, but we need more speed, man. Good run for SVG coming home 11th today. He carried Trackhouse. Blue Jimmy says Elliott fans will still find a way to say fire Alan Gustafson. We'll find out. John says short track package is still horrible. Duke Chronic says I'm with Clyde. And Vermonter says I don't feel bad for Denny one bit.
Oh, savage.
And then there's the gutter comment from Ghosty117 says average Mickey win for the Golden Boy. This season is a joke as expected.
People aren't happy when Toyota's winning. They're not happy when Chase Elliott wins. When are people happy?
They're happy when they're watching NWP, the NASCAR
That's
YP
right.
podcast.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So should we talk about the future Hall of Famer here?
I mean, he's now boosted himself to 6th on the all-time wins list with this one. We've talked about the domination of Reddick so far in Cup Series, but we're not talking enough about the domination of Justin Allgaier in the O'Reilly Series so far this year. Won the championship 2 years ago. He might be setting himself up as a clear favorite to win this year's championship. Now he's now 92 points ahead of the defending champion Jesse Love right now with 3 wins, and the only 2 regulars who have wins beside him is Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, I mean he's been great. I mean it's back-to-back wins for Allgaier now, 3 for the first 7. I said this last. Now I'm going to sound like I'm super anti Allgaier. Allgaier deserves a ton of credit, but remember what we talked about coming into this year. The O'Reilly Series lineup was very wonky. Like we all agreed, it's top heavy. It's got Allgaier, vet, champion. Jesse Love, really good. Austin Hill, vet. wins a lot of super speedway races. Then the Sheldon Creeds and Brandon Joneses and maybe Sam Mayers. But beyond that, a lot of these good cars, like a Hendrick car driven by an unproven 20-year-old. JGR gave the keys to their owner's points winning car to a 17-year-old. Like, there's a lot of very young, unproven. I mean, Nick Sanchez got booted for an eye doctor who is like 15th, 20th in points as expected. Like, I think there's realistically only 5 or 6 guys this year that look like they could win a championship. I think there's a few like the Sammy Smiths, the Taylor Grays that are on that bubble. But again, those are 2 guys. I mean, Taylor Gray has 1 career win. I think Sammy has 1.
Guy who's 5th in the standings, Carson Quapple, doesn't even get to drive that car all year.
I mean, technically, Sammy Smith has that win.
Yes, that was the Rockingham. Yep. And then there's Raja Kruth, Carson Quapple, who are splitting their time between rides, who might be in that picture, but like these are all young rookies or unproven or few wins in this. So I do feel like it's the perfect storm for a guy like Allgaier. I mean, look who's won the races this year. It's Justin Allgaier, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed. Finally, that all those years of O'Reilly experience paid off, and he's got it. Like, it's all the veterans. Larson comes down and gets a win. It's all the vets. Like Jesse Love hasn't even won a race yet. He's second in points. He had a great year. So I feel like it's the perfect environment for the vets like Allgaier to just dominate early in the year, and that's what he's doing.
Well, and I will say that in second in the race, I believe, was Corey Day, and he has him. I think there's been a pretty good improvement so far, and I'm not saying he's going to go on this level. I want to preface what I'm about to say.
Oh boy,
first, but if you look back at last year with Connor Zilic and this year with Day is starting way better than Connor Zilic did outside of the win. Like, when you look at outside the win, Connor Zilic was struggling for top 10s early on and then got it figured out. Now, I don't think Corey Day is going to go that far. I don't think he's Connor Zilic level. But I do think he's good enough that he could rattle off a few wins by the end of the year, especially as he refines it more. He's going to run into people. Like, he's in the same vein as Larson, and Larson does the same thing. But he could be a sneaky option. He's got a Hendrick car, which will always be a threat. He does have a ton of talent, and he's cleaned it up in recent weeks. And looking at the stat line, he is tied for most top 10s with Sammy Smith and Justin Allgaier this year. So he might be somebody worth watching as they get into the summer and towards the end of the year. He's currently 7th in the point standings. So it's not unrealistic that he could get up to 3rd in points and challenge. Like, it's not. He's currently 148 back of the lead. I don't know if he's getting that, but he's 32 behind Sheldon Creed. I think if he figures it out and that team figures it out, that's doable.
Agree. No, I think some of these young guys are going to get better as the year goes on. My thing was just right now, there's a lot of inexperience. A lot of the best cars have very inexperienced drivers behind the wheels, and so that just gives Justin Allgaier an early season advantage, and he's made the most of it, to his credit. Lee Pulliam, though, not a young guy, but new to the O'Reilly series, ran great. Junior Motorsports put him in the 9, top 5 all day, in contention for the win. He was a little rocky on some restarts. You could see him either spinning the tires, having a tough time getting up through the gears, and then finally he just missed a shift and unfortunately caused a huge wreck. I didn't think this was, I was watching this race thinking like, there's been some spins, there's been some contact, but this has been a pretty just good, straightforward Martinsville race by O'Reilly standards. I was like, when is this going to devolve into something messy? When are we going to see that the low light that everyone talks about all week? And then the pileup on the restart happened. I went, there it is. I was waiting for the O'Reilly series to happen. There it is.
Yeah. You know what it was? It was, and nothing will go wrong. Oh no, it all went wrong.
Yeah. and
that's what it was.
Yeah. And it's just, we see guys miss shifts. Denny kind of sort of spun the tires in one of the last restarts in the Cup race, but it's just, as much experience as Lee Pulliam has, there are other people in the garage that would know better than me, but I feel like everyone in the industry would vouch for the guy. He's got the skill. He's got the talent. He's put in the work over the years. He's more or less in his comfort zone at Martinsville, but as much experience as he has, it's still tough when you put these new guys in these cars for the first time. They're going to make some mistakes. And unfortunately, this one cost a half a dozen or more cars.
Poking the bear a little bit. Do you think that would have happened if he had 10 hours of testing?
Well, I mean, no, I don't think so. If he had more restart testing, no, probably does not happen. But yeah,
but I don't think that they should leave Martinsville by any means. I know that was some people were saying that after the race, but like, how the hell does the Truck Series routinely put on better races than O'Reilly here? Like, especially when it comes to relatively clean racing. Like, they're not great by any means, but it's just, does Austin Hill need to stand back up and start talking about clean racing again to them or something?
I mean, I didn't think this was a bad. I thought that one big pileup obviously was, that created a lot of attrition, but I was more offended, if you will, by last year's spring race by far than I was this year's spring race.
Yeah,
so I mean,
true.
I don't know. They're getting there. They're working on it. I don't mind seeing the O'Reilly series here twice a year.
You say you're offended by that. I'm offended at the fact that the wives have already read off some of our super chats, but we do need to take a super chat stage break and finish where they left off.
Yeah.
They actually got up to
was it Pac-Man?
Yeah, I know they did. They did something about the Brewers fan. I remember that. I was seeing the ladies on. I think it's Calypso is where we pick up with her April Fool's joke. Her April Fool's joke, Pirates of the Caribbean 4 and 5. I don't get it because I'm not as familiar.
They're not good.
Okay.
At least not as good as the first. Yeah, the first 3 are great, but
yeah. Napa Racing fan, appreciate the $2. Do not fire Alan Gusson. His call won the race. He did. He did win the race. I'm not saying they should fire him, but I'm saying don't transfer him. 48 car. Go ahead. Jensen, appreciate the $20. Very generous of you, Jensen. I usually watch NWP live, and then again with the wife after work. She'll definitely get a kick out of today's wives segment of the episode. Aloha, everyone. Aloha to you in Hawaii, Jensen. Good to hear from you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the $5 from you. Bring the girls back. And Eric, did you name your dog after the bassist of Ghost?
No, but that's a nice pull as well. No, we named him Cosmo. I forget why we liked the name, but the idea was, I don't know, we liked something space themed because he's very dark. He's like mostly all black. We wanted
Houston,
something.
We have a problem, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, well, Amelia and I met in Houston. We live in Dallas now, but I kind of like to tie into that. One of our friends has a dog named Apollo, and we thought that was a really cute name, but we can't steal that. But we're like, what's another space themed name for our black dog? And we settled on Cosmo. So he's not named after anyone. It's funny. Young people our age and younger are like, oh, Cosmo, like Cosmo and Wanda, like the Fairly Odd Parents. Whereas like my parents' generation and older, I think there's a character. Is it from Seinfeld or Friends? One of those sitcoms. There's a character named Cosmo that people are always like, oh, that's who it's named. I'm like, no, I've never seen it. I've never seen Seinfeld. By the way, I'm like, that's not who he's named after.
Fun fact, I was there for that picture being taken because that's the drum that they do the skull chant on.
Oh, good deal.
And one more fun fact here for you. Cosmo is actually the name of a Russian space dog in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. Honestly, that played a role as well because I am a Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I jokingly will call him Cosmo the space dog. But
yes, if you ever did get a girl dog to go with Cosmo, Wanda would be appropriate as well.
That's probably true.
We'll do a few more because I know we exaggerated on that one way too long. Mitchell B, appreciate the $5. This bit was amazing. Well done to the ladies. Yes, thank you to the wives for having
they held down the fort.
Robbie Racer, appreciate the $4.99. Loose wheel and pit call aside, Chase still had 80 laps to hold off a charging Denny Hamlin. More than anything, I'm proud he didn't burn up his tires. Yeah, he did do his part as a driver.
Yep, good point.
Napa Racing, appreciate the $5. Fox was awful Sunday. Boyer saying all of Hamlin was on fire. Harvick blaming Jimmy Little. I don't remember that, but Chastain leading. That's funny. Chastain leading points, 500% zoom shots at Martinsville. Hey, I will give them credit. They talk about the trains, and I enjoyed that part.
I knew you would, Danny.
Yeah.
I thought of you as soon as that came.
Oh, yeah. Immediately, I was about to text you, like, get to your TV. Are you watching?
APC, appreciate the $4.99. How many current Cup drivers do you guys think are on a Hall of Fame trajectory? How many are already locks?
I think anyone who's won a championship is a lock.
Yeah, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Logano, they're locks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dennis
Hamlin as
definitely.
well.
I'm not gonna say as many. I can't even call them young because they've been around for like 10 years now. Like, I can't say yet that like Bell has. I think he's like
He's on the
elite enough to.
trajectory. Yeah.
I'm like looking through, but like
I'll go ahead and say Larson's a lock, even though
easy.
he's,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I think if you've won a cup title, the only one maybe that's not a lock yet is Blaney. I don't know how many career wins he's up to, but I think even if you've won a cup championship,
I'll still put Blaney in there for now.
yeah, I think if you've won a cup championship, you're in. And Blaney's going to win more races, so I think he's safe. I think Bell is on a trajectory. I think Reddick maybe got a little later start, but he's based on this season alone, I like where Tyler Reddick's headed.
I think when it's all said and done, I got like Byron's probably going to make it too.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back Daytonas is notable, but I think the real question
Brad
is
an owner and driver now and a champion.
Like, we've had this debate, so I don't mean to get into it again, but like Austin Dillon, he's won a lot of big races. He's won championships in the lower series.
Years after a lot of these guys, maybe he gets a spot in there.
Like, he doesn't feel like a Hall of Famer. I don't think he would pass my test to get into the Hall of Fame, but I could see his name on the ballot.
Run out of guys and then he's on the ballot.
That's the thing, because for so long they did 5 getting in that you burned through a bunch of them. Like I feel like now should probably be the time that somebody like Terry Labonte or Bobby Labonte gets in, not like 5 or 7 years ago or whenever it was, and it's like you burn through so many. And like, they talk, I think they brought up Harvick. He's going to be, he'll be first ballot easy, but I don't know, man.
And there are some guys that I don't know about. Like Bubba's one of those guys I don't know about. I mean, on one hand, for what he's done, as for what it is, he's a African American driver with the most wins in sport NASCAR.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
compared to
don't
other drivers, I don't think his race should get him in alone off that.
Yeah.
I think Wendell Scott's in for being the kind of the barrier breaker, I guess.
To be fair, when he did it, it was a little different.
Oh no, I'm saying like Wendell Scott, like I think what I'm saying is he had to overcome more, and is kind of like he has one cup win that wouldn't get you in the Hall of Fame under most other circumstances, but considering what he had to overcome, it does. Like I think the fact that Danica's not in and has never even been on the ballot, to my knowledge, is like yeah, but she never won. Like Bubba does have 2 wins in the cup, or 3 wins in the Cup Series.
That's just in Cup. If it's the Cup Series only champion, if the Cup Series only Hall of Fame, maybe not. But it is all of NASCAR. He did get plenty of wins in the lower series too.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, more
yeah, we could go on with that one for a long time, but thank you for that one. Shorty, PJM, good to hear from you. You were really going on. I can't really read all of this, but thank you for voicing your frustrations there.
Mad at
Bubba.
Yeah.
And we'll end on this one here because I thought this was good. Van Boney Sports, appreciate the $5. My boy Chase got it done this week. I won $2,200 because of it. Cha-ching. And I get to drive my Zamboni tonight. Maybe God does love me. God does love you, brother. He loves all of us, and I hope y'all know that. But that's it for the super chat stage break. And guys, it's been getting a little bit warmer around here. I don't know if you've been noticing that or anything. Eric, I've actually been seeing some storms on the forecast for next week when I'm supposed to come see you guys. I'm hoping that all changes. But actually just got the alert on my phone that we're in the middle of a lightning round here on the show right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a short one tonight. So of course we had the NWP channel. We haven't linked it down below, and it'll be associated with each one of our streams. Just letting everybody know about that every week. Daniel Dye has been reinstated by NASCAR, but will not return to colleague. Corey LaJoy will be the leading candidate, and more than likely will be in the 10 truck full time. In front of 12 fans. The rest
he
of the year.
changed his points declaration from cup to truck, actually.
Well, I thought it was already truck.
I don't know.
Also, again, link down below. Vote for my mom, Jamie Lundberg, to be the nurse that throws out the first pitch on Nurses Night. Voting goes through Easter Sunday, this Sunday, and I think I brought up that we haven't got the updated standings in a bit, but before last week's show, she had jumped from 83rd to 19th. So let's keep it going. 1 vote per email. And then next week we will be on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern time on April 8th. A lot of 8, crazy 8. And that will do it. That's the lightning round. I think we got headlines too, or at least reckless speculation.
We do. Side note, I'm just sometimes I check Twitter, make sure there's no breaking NASCAR news. There is some weird breaking news here. NASA officials say it will take a few hours to troubleshoot a toilet on the Artemis rocket that launched today.
Oh, that sucks.
They
But
clogged
so
the toilet in the first hour.
I don't know what that means. This is all it says is NASA officials say it will take a few hours to troubleshoot the Artemis toilet. What are we troubleshooting? Is it not flush? What does it not do?
I was about to say, like, if they close it, like, would you not shit yourself if you were shot up into space? Like, I know I would.
It's probably already in the fire suits anyways at that point.
But all seriousness though, that's so badass. Like,
yeah,
freaking love being an American. What's the reckless speculation on tap tonight?
According to SVG, via a video from our good friend Peter Strada, Marcus Ambrose is coming over soon. Now, what does that mean? Is Marcos wanting to try his hands at racing in NASCAR again? Or does that mean he's coming over for a visit? That could mean a lot of different things.
I'd love to see him do a one-off, like especially at a road course.
That or Bristol. He was always strangely good at Bristol.
He was. He definitely, yeah. And Michigan. He had some good runs at Michigan too.
Heck, put Marcus in one of the Collie Ram trucks at Bristol. See what happens.
I mean, and too, we like Montoya came back and ran a race too. So like I see like Duke Chronic saying that Marcus is too old, but I'd be down with a one-off. He can hold his own.
These old school racers, they want to know. They want to know what that next gen drive's like. We saw Biffle do it in 22, or was it 23? I don't remember which one now. But we saw Montoya try his hand at it. We've seen some guys come back and try their hands at it. We got was it Casey Mears? He's going to drive the 62 car and trying to get up to his 500th start.
That's right.
Yeah. I keep forgetting Montoya came back for a one-off a couple of years ago. I keep forgetting he did that. That was Coda, right?
11 of all teams.
Yeah.
Was it Coda or was it the Glen?
I couldn't remember. Was it Coda when there was like all those people in that one race? Because he had like Jordan Taylor in that one race. Oh no, that was maybe
Kobayashi was in.
That was Kobayashi. You're right. That was Kamui Kobayashi. So maybe it was Watkins Glen.
It was Watkins Glen.
The chat would know. Yeah, they would know.
Yeah.
I got the 50, that gold 50 car mixed up.
And good pack right here. Jaden McMurray doing a seat pour today. I can't tell if this is just a great elaborate April Fool's prank.
He posted it yesterday. It got like picked up and noticed today, but I went back. I mean, I think because I was like, oh, I didn't realize I followed Jamie McMurray. I went back and looked through his thing. And I'm like, oh no, he posted the original post yesterday. So it's not April Fool's. I don't know what he's getting seated up for.
JJ Yaley had a good April Fool's today. I put it for about an hour in the itinerary because I was like, oh, I just skimmed through and I'm like, oh, he retired. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's April Fool's Day. I should read it.
And then you look at the entry list and there he is in the 5 car for a rally this weekend.
Well, I think it was like, after that race and whatever. And I'm just like, but I'd be down with Marcus giving it a shot. I feel he was 10 years ahead of his time. Like if he had if he had at that age come into NASCAR in 2019, dude, he'd be putting up similar numbers to SVG.
Good catch here by Peter. He said Jamie's son races modifieds. Could be a race of him.
That'd be cool. That'd be really
definitely
cool.
Could be.
I also say Noah Coleman said Jamie McMurray to the 48. Maybe Allgaier can't do all the races. I don't know.
Did McMurray? He drove a Dodge way back in the day, right?
Yep, he with the Ganassi.
He won his
Yeah.
very first race with Dodge.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe he is a candidate for that Ram 25 seat at some point. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, that's fun.
We should have some more fun.
Yeah, we should.
The wives
let the
already tried to
ladies
have
have all the
fun.
fun.
But we need to do fun too.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Well,
NWP predictions. Each host will make 2 NASCAR motorsports or show-related predictions. The predictions are kept track each week in our accountability session, which is what you're watching now. We love to keep our predictions relatively concise and within a few years' time. Jarrett, how do we look? And there's no money in here. SpongeBob, hoping we can get that.
oh, I got it.
Jarrett, you have 2 red ones here. Connor Zilish will win a pole in his first 10 Cup starts. He has not. And Taylor Gray will lead the most laps at Martinsville. Did he even lead a lap?
No, it was an uncharacteristically mediocre run.
Yeah. And there's no money in here. Eric, you are leading the prediction standings for the year, 58.33. There's your repeating percentage. Jared, second, 41.18%. And I am in third, 35.71%. Whole lot better than that single-digit percentage I was a couple of years ago. But because of the way things have shook out, Jarrett, you're getting a little bit closer in the all-time standings to us. You are 36.89%. Eric, you are 33.49%. And there I am in third at 32.55%.
Eating into that gap slowly but surely.
Yeah.
So what's the order we predict here? I've kind of forgotten.
I think Eric, then me, then you.
Okay.
I'll start with this one because it kind of piggybacks off one of our first hour topics. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think Shane Van Gisbergen will finish this year ahead of Ross Chastain in the points.
Ooh, I like that.
Like two. So there's been a lot of talk about the ratings, and they've been very close at different points. I'm gonna make this prediction. Bristol will be up in ratings this year. I think it was uncharacteristically down last year. I think that they're gonna carry a bit more. I think the gap is closed already from last year's viewership to this year. I mean, 26,000 is a big number in and of itself, but that also, when you look at the grand scale of millions of viewers, is kind of negligible. It's basically flat from last year. I think Bristol's going to be up.
As for my prediction, Cleetus McFarland will not complete 50 laps at Rockingham.
Oh, this comment section is going to be a nuclear wasteland if my comment wasn't enough.
Oh, geez.
I mean, he only got what, 4 at Daytona?
He finished 4 or 5 at Daytona in the truck, but he got 10 hours of test. That's a funny reply. He got 10 hours of testing. He said he ran 250 laps on top of whatever he's done in the sim. He's gonna make it. He'll make most.
He could also get like a Austin Hill teammate. Something happened, something could go wrong, and it's a whole lot different than testing and being out there on the racetrack. With the
Hey,
cars.
that's true. That's true. All right,
A whole lot different when you got all the other cars out there.
I mean, I'm rooting for him, but that's not crazy.
We
Certainly
did
not
see him
crazy.
spin out on his own out there too.
That's true. He did have a little lazy spin in testing.
He did
Good save.
but
Yes.
again,
Good save.
a lot different when there's 37 other cars out there.
Okay, is it back to me?
Yep. Back to you.
Is it my turn? Corey LaJoy takes a lot of heat. I feel like I end up being like, I'm not even the Corey LaJoy defender. I'm the Corey LaJoy realist. Social media thinks he's a bum. I've never said he's great. He's not a bum. I think he'll be the best finishing Ram truck Friday.
That's not unrealistic.
Watch Justin Haley beat him by 1 spot.
I'm going to say both Rockingham winners pass Tech.
Okay, I would hope.
That's
They
kind
did
of a
last
layup.
year.
I mean, it's kind of a layup, but yeah, I mean, it didn't last year. There were, okay. All right.
That's true. Who actually won? I kind of forgot.
Jesse Love.
Love.
That's what it was. Yep. I forgot that. Yep, you're right. Again, I don't feel like I can lock this in for Bristol, but I'll go ahead and just say Ty Gibbs will win his first Cup Series race before the Coke 600. I'll go that far.
Didn't
told you to let
this
it
one last year or a version
let
of
it
it?
marinate.
I already had this wrote down before the show, so
I know, but I'm just thinking like, damn. All right.
but I'll say before the Coke 600, Ty Gibbs will win a race.
Good deal.
That is fun. I guess we're gonna tread over ground that's already been tread in this one, but screw it. Let's do it. Let's go to random driver of the week.
Congrats to Claudia getting Daniel Suarez. That was a good pull. Well played.
Would
Now it's time for
would Jared be
E-main.
bold enough to do Daniel Suarez for us?
You should make the guess, Danny. Nobody's gotten it on 0 clues before. Make the guess. Commit.
I'll try it. Daniel Suarez. Yes.
Daniel Suarez.
Correct.
I'm fucking with you. No.
April Fools.
That just I literally just wanted to be funny. I was like, there's no way it would be that.
Damn. I actually thought there was a chance.
That would have been funny, honestly.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. We won't count that as a guess.
No.
I think we can.
That's fine. Yeah.
So Eric leads 38-37 over Danny. He has 3 of the last 5 with Tony Stewart, Brad Sweet, and Natalie Decker. I got y'all on Speedy Thompson. It's been a bit, Danny, but you got him on Kevin LePage.
I did get him on Kevin LePage.
You LePaged me.
All right, let's get this going. We have 19 clues. This random driver was born in Germany. Nothing. No one wants to try on the first clue again this week.
What?
The German drivers are not coming to my mind right now.
This random driver grew up in Monaco until he was the age of 8. This random driver has run the 24 Hours of Daytona, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and the Snowball Derby.
Snowball Derby.
Now that what's this polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
This random driver's last NASCAR start was 2016. So chat, you're all wrong.
This is okay. They haven't gotten it yet. This is a good one. These are some good clues. I'm all over the damn map right now.
They were locked in with their pick, and it ain't the right one.
2016 last NASCAR start.
Yep. None of us have ever tweeted about this random driver. Not even 63 times.
That don't shock me.
I got the numbers for you for this random driver.
This may help us here.
I'm ready.
1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 27, 30, 62, 77, 98, 99. In NASCAR, this random driver has run Chevys, Fords, and Toyotas.
Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas.
That's a good one. This random driver made 1 career cup start. 2014 at Watkins Glen. I feel like he has one, but he doesn't want to pull the trigger yet.
I don't. I'm stupid, dude. I don't know anyone from Germany, man.
This random driver also made 38 O'Reilly starts. This random driver's best O'Reilly points finish was 12th. This random driver had 1 O'Reilly Series win at Road America.
At Road America. Goodness, trying to think of everyone who would have ever won there.
This random driver made 54 truck starts with 2 wins.
54 truck starts, 2 wins.
Has chat gotten it yet? I imagine they probably have.
Yeah. Those wins were at Michigan and Las Vegas.
Michigan and Vegas?
So we had some oval prowess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who would he have won those races for? These numbers.
This random driver drove in Formula E and Formula One.
I'm gonna kick myself when you say it, but I'm.
This random driver scored 1 podium in F1, a 2nd place finish at Hockenheimring. This random driver won 2 Formula E races as well. It's a very diverse racing past.
When you said these dudes raced Le Mans and the Snowball, I about fell out of my chair.
I'm
really mad that I don't know who this is.
This random driver, while born in Germany, is a Brazilian native.
Nelson Piquet Jr.
Correct.
Yep.
That damn German clue is the biggest red herring.
That was throwing me off.
I knew I'd get you on
I was
that.
thinking of Brazilian guys, but you know the name that kept coming back to my mind before Nelson? Because so close to Germany, Hermann Quiroga kept coming to my mind for some reason.
Earlier on, the chat was locked in on Rockefeller.
Okay, I thought Mike Rockefeller briefly too. I don't even know if he's from Germany. He just feels like maybe he could have been. I don't know.
The last clues were that this random driver is a son of an F1 driver and a brother-in-law of a NASCAR driver.
That would have gave it away with Suarez.
Yeah. So there was a connection to the random drivers this week.
Oh, I see what you've done.
The funny part is, Riss didn't know who the random driver was, and she didn't tell me who she was doing for the random driver until today. So that was completely coincidental. But there was a connection.
Happy little accident.
Oh, no common brother.
Is that what we're calling Julia? I think it's kind of rude.
No common brother, but good point. Quiroga never won. Who did Nelson Piquet win that Road America race with?
I have to double check. I don't like to put the too many details in because I don't want to give it away too myself.
Nelson Piquet Road America.
So while I was looking up, Eric and Danny now tied 38 all. And I'm still tied with the guest 7-7.
Oh, he won that in the 30 for Turner Scott.
I think I put emphasis on the 30, and I knew it was something important. I didn't realize it was that one.
Well, I saw 12 on this list, so I was thinking, did he maybe it was like a Penske or something like that? But
fun. Well, that was fun.
Good deal. Well played.
Yes, it was.
All right, let's go to the Rock.
If you smile, oh, not that kind.
I want to rock.
Rock.
All right. So, got a few things to talk about for this week at Rockingham. So, weekend notes. AM Racing's number 25 of Nick Sanchez has been withdrawn. I think that's it for them for the year. I think. I'm not entirely sure.
They haven't said anything, but that's the only full-time Ford.
We saw a team randomly do this a couple years ago and then just disappeared at that point. I don't remember which one it was, though, with this off the top of my head. Cleetus McFarland's.
AM was supposed to sell in the offseason to who was it? Oh, shoot, I don't remember. It was an ARCA team was going to buy AM Racing, and then that fell through like in January, like late January. So I don't know. It felt like this team was treading water, but I hate it for Sanchez because he's a proven winner and now he's out of his seat.
I feel like Sanchez needs to reset his career, get back to the truck series or something.
Anything at this point.
Maybe he could go to college and fill in for the 10 or something. Cleetus McFarland will be in the number 33 for Richard Childress Racing this weekend. Corey Heim will be driving number 1 truck for Tricon. Adam Andretti will drive the 5 truck for Tricon. Sammy Smith will drive the 7 truck for Spire. Corey LaJoy will be in the 10 truck for Colleague. And Ty Dillon will be in the 25 truck for Colleague this weekend. Carson Hocevar is also not taking an off week. He will be in the 77 truck for Spire this weekend.
Dude just drives.
The O'Reilly Series race this weekend is the North Carolina Education Lottery 250. It is a 250 lap race. Broke up 60 laps in stage 1 and 2 and 130 laps in stage number 3. It's scheduled to start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch it on the CW. You can also listen to it on MRN and Sirius XM Radio. The defending winner of this race, because of the disqualification of Jesse Love, is Sammy Smith. As for the Truck Series race, it is the Black's Tire 200, and it is a 200 lap race. Broke up 45 laps in stage 1 and 2, 110 laps in stage number 3. The race is scheduled to start at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you can watch it on FS1 and Fox 1. You can also listen to it on the NASCAR Racing Network. And the defending winner of this race is Tyler Ankrum, and he won that also by DQ. I can't remember.
No, he won it. But it was a fuel mileage race too.
That's right. It was. Weekend weather. We have our weekend weather forecast for this weekend brought to us by our good buddy meteorologist Jeff Vorick. Here we go. As we look into the first weekend of April across the Carolinas, we will be tracking a potential winter storm bringing an inch of freezing rain, 2 inches of sleet, followed by a foot of snow. Travel will be canceled, including the trains are likely to shut down that run there from Amtrak. April Fools, just kidding. Not even NASCAR can bring crippling April winter storms to the sand hills of North Carolina.
That was a good one. I like that.
Jeff got us a little bit. This weekend brings sort of a late spring, early summer pattern to the Rock. The Bermuda High will be ushering in plenty of tropical air with enough of an umph, as he calls it, to support some storm chances. Hit or miss pop-up storms are expected at times Friday afternoon into the early evening, with the possibility of delays to on-track activity, including the Truck Series. It's a little bit of a rinse and repeat to an extent on Saturday. For what it's worth, Saturday's rain chances are slightly lower, but pop-up sales always find a way, especially if NASCAR is involved and there is a drought. Temperatures won't be too bad as far as it goes for fan comfort-wise. Morning train ride from Raleigh features upper 50s to lower 60s, giving way to warm and humid 80s in the afternoon. Everyone enjoy Rockingham this weekend. And, knowing that fact about the Amtrak train basically takes you right there to it. One of these days, I will have to go to Rockingham. I have to choose to spend my Easter weekend there. Maybe, well, it's not this year, but maybe next year if it's a possibility. But that would be very cool, taking a train to the race. And that's what I got for the weather. Now, talk about the pick points. Eric, you have the lead. 122 points you got there, buddy.
Yes. More, please. More.
Chat, you are 5 points behind Eric. And we're still within striking distance, but Jarrett, you are just ahead of me, 13 points back, and I am 14 points back. In the basement still. Want to get back to my points lead that I had for a few weeks. Here's a chance I can maybe do it.
All right, let's get it.
All right. Who's going to win the Truck Series race? We only got to make 2 picks. We're not going to worry about doing sucking underdogs for the lower series. So, Heim time. Corey Heim.
Yeah, I knew it. So I'll go Lane Riggs.
Oh, that's who I wanted. Dadgum. we know who Danny's suck pick for the O'Reilly race is going to be.
Oh, are they going Honeycutt?
Speaking of poking the bear, dang it, chat. Why?
I think they're going Honeycutt.
Yep, they want Honeycutt.
All right, I got to
go.
Taking
next thing. They're taking what used to be the Heim time truck.
Yeah. I guess I'll take my 4th pick, Carson Hocevar.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
yet to win in 77 in that series? I can't remember.
Did he won in the 7 last year. I don't know if he's won in the 77. I don't know.
All right, who's going to win the O'Reilly Series race? I'm going with Jesse Love.
Then I'll just go with old reliable Justin Allgaier.
Ow! No, sorry. Derek keeps taking my picks.
That was the reversal last year.
Yeah, it's hard being at the top. Everyone steals your great ideas.
How would you know? You've only won 1 championship. I've won 2.
All right, chat. Who do you guys think?
They're all over the place.
I'm gonna laugh if they take.
Seeing Sammy Smith a decent amount so far.
Yeah, there are a good amount of aids.
Yeah, it's definitely, if they're picking anyone, there's a couple Cleetuses. 3 in a, I saw three right there. Put a poll up.
Late entry, Squirrel McNutt.
Wait, is he running? He's not running the O'Reilly, is he?
No, he didn't. I'm fucking with you.
He's running the ARCA race though, earlier in the day, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
I think they're going Sammy.
I'm getting Sammy Smith. I've seen him the most consistently.
Fair enough.
Hey, he got me the best. He got me the best result of everyone last weekend because I had him. So
does Eric keep it in the single digits?
I actually get to take my second pick, so this isn't all bad this week. I'm not feeling too bad. Carson Quapple.
He's in the 1 this week, right?
Yes. Actually, you know what? Let me double check that. I should double check that he's in the 1. I know he's on the entry list.
Yeah, I don't know who else I would have in that.
They're not running any cup guys this week. Please tell me he's in the 1.
I
didn't just screw myself.
I think those cup guys really wanted to have a week off.
Thank God. Yep.
He's in the 1. You're good.
He's in the 1. Rodney Childers on the box. I think if I recall, he led a bunch of laps here last year. So I am feeling good about my Carson Quapple pick.
Yep.
I like it.
All right. I guess on that note, we're going to pick back up on Super Chats to end the night.
Let's do it. Rock and roll.
Where do we leave off with?
We left off with Ben Boney, and we're going to pick up with Thomas. Thomas, appreciate the generous $15. Really appreciate that. Ads literally run the world. It's wild when you take a step back and think about it. Keep up the good work, guys. Love all your channels. Go 11. Thank you, Thomas, and appreciate the support to the channel. Palm 382, appreciate $5. For April Fools, we should all pretend KFB will win again if he leaves RCR. We're telling ourselves anything at this point, aren't we, guys? Mark Martin fan for life. Appreciate the $4.99. The difference between commercials today and 20 years ago is commercials back then started drivers and sponsors, so it's still connected to the race. You see some here and there, but definitely not as many as we used to. That's for sure.
Yeah, need more dancing Clint Boyers. Robbie Racer, let's retire Michael Waltrip in the pre-race track walk. I can get behind that.
I'd put him in the Hall of Fame if that's what it'll take to get him off my screen.
I mean, he's a 2-time Daytona 500 champion. He's a race-winning car owner.
Put the taco he spilled on Denny's car behind glass.
There's a conversation for Michael Waltrip in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying.
Helped orchestrate one of the biggest cheating scandals in NASCAR history.
I mean, hey.
Was on Dancing with the Stars that one time.
That's right. He was.
He was on Dancing with the Stars. Hold on. My thing glitched out on me. I'm trying to get back up.
I got it on screen.
I don't care if you have it on screen. One from on my side. Okay, Justin Drake, appreciate it. Very generous, $19.99. I can't wait to see when Briscoe stops getting shafted by Joe Gibbs. Briscoe is way more talented than Gibbs, but Briscoe's getting fourth car equipment, and those part failures show that. Ty is in the best car and still sucks. I don't think he's in the best car by any means.
It's hard to say because, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because if you put him in an average car, maybe he's around 15.
Gee, I wonder what it's like to root for a guy who's in the fourth best car at your team. I only wish I knew how that felt.
Touche.
Fred Dog, appreciate the $5 from you. If Rockingham ever got to go back to hosting Cup Series race, I don't think they will. Who do you think would be the favorite to win the race, or is there no real favorite?
Kyle Larson.
Joey Logano. Oh,
he's won there before.
He has. That's true. He won in a truck. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Logano because I feel like Logano often wins the like new thing. He won the first Coliseum race.
Yeah, that's fair. Bristol
Uh,
Dirt.
Bristol Dirt.
I feel like Denny
Anyway,
Hamlin.
I don't
would
think with
excel.
Denny Hamlin. Yeah, Denny Hamlin. Justin Drake, another generous 1999 from you.
Spicy once again.
Golden Boy, Chase Elliott is really like the Yankees. Lots of fans, but living off an old legacy since the Yankees think 20 championships from 60 plus years ago means something. And Chase lives off a bill, and both have no personality. Kind of like the Cowboys.
Damn.
Yes, but
Chase Elliott's at least won a championship in the last decade. The
That-
Yankees haven't.
yeah, that's fair. Wait, I thought they were. Oh, I think they were in a World Series. They lost to the Dodgers. That's what.
No,
it
they
was.
lose. They always lose in October. They've pretty much my entire lifetime. The Yankees lose.
Yeah,
I think they're 0-4 against the Astros in the last decade in the playoffs.
K Pro 18, appreciate $2. Dale Jr. buy RCR already.
Ooh.
Just buy it.
You think he'd spend that much money on a team? He wouldn't spend that money on a charter.
He'll barely even run one race a year in Cup.
Yeah, you know how many charters are included in that sale? If you buy an RCR, that's 2 charters, buddy.
And a rusty spoon.
Jeffrey, and plus we're gonna have nothing but crap parts to work with right off the bat. Whatever's in the building. Jeffrey King, appreciate the $1.99. Chase Elliott won that race, but that call too.
Team effort.
Milo Gunter, appreciate the $6 Canadian. Should drivers like Mario Andretti and AJ Foyt be in the Hall of Fame, even though NASCAR wasn't their main series? I mean, as good as they were for overall motorsports, I wouldn't say that they're worthy of NASCAR Hall of Fame careers.
I wouldn't put either of them in. I'm trying to make sure that I was double checking that neither of them are. I don't think Andretti I know is not, and I don't think is.
But
now
then
Foyt is not either.
When they have things like there's something like an International Motorsports Hall of Fame, something that's more of an umbrella term like that. Yeah, they belong in ones like that. But when it's specifically a NASCAR Hall of Fame, no, I don't think it's enough there.
I agree.
Los Perai, appreciate the $5. I think Larson, Hamlin, and Reddick are the only locks for the Hall of Fame. And actually, I think the next most likely it's SVG with how he's improving. Just with how many road course wins he'll probably end his career on, and probably having the most. Yeah, I think SVG will one day be a NASCAR Hall of Famer just because of having that record.
Maybe if he's the winningest road racer, maybe that. I don't think that's enough to get you in the Hall. And my thing with SVG is he's already like 36 or 37. Like how many? Like I don't know how many years is he going to have to potentially go win a championship?
Well,
3 or 4
you're also
or
going to
5?
have to factor in a few things of how many wins he gets per year compared to how many starts he made. That winning percentage is obviously going to be a little bit higher than some people we've seen in NASCAR history. So it's going to help. It's going to help his credit a little bit. Jeffrey King with another $2. Why do people try and discredit Elliott wins? Because they feel like Mickey Mouse wins to a lot of people. I mean, that's just truthfully that's the biggest argument.
You ever heard the saying like bullies are just looking for a reaction? I'm not saying all the Elliott haters are bullies, but I think they poke the Elliott fan base because they're looking for a reaction. So I would just
they've made it easy for reactions in the past.
Elliott haters make the best trolls. They know how to push the button.
Remember when Santa Claus attacked Denny Hamlin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should we just do the next 3 all in a row? It's Indy Carson versus
NASCAR. Indy Carson with a collected $30. Appreciate that. Hey, NWP, Martinsville. O'Reilly, popular driver, Allgaier won Martinsville. Cup, popular driver, Elliott won Martinsville, and also won before Larson for first time since 2021 for Hendrick Motorsports. That's an interesting note. Eric, it's not my fault. I was curious about IndyCar suspension since Daniel Dye couldn't keep his mouth shut on social media for NASCAR. Don't forget Gregson and Larson got in trouble before Dye. And then why again do you guys talk about NFL and MLB on your show if it's supposed to be NASCAR? I thought of calling myself NASCAR Carson, Diddy Carson, Formula One Carson, and NHRA Carson. I can be a fan of all of them. You can be a fan of all of them. And we all have different interests in our own teams, and we can talk about other stuff here and there too. That's what makes us very unique people. We are not confined to just NASCAR, but this is the main topic we talk about here.
We like shooting the shit about other stuff every now and then.
They had one more for another $10. Let's just go and loop that one in here. My NASCAR Hall of Fame 2027, Harvick, NASCAR champion, owner, broadcaster. Biffle, NASCAR champion, hero of North Carolina. And then Banjo, 3 NASCAR championships, and over 200 wins. Hawkins, first flagman for NASCAR.
All fair. All solid choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And go back to Jeffrey King. Appreciate $2.99 or $1.99.
They're all just taking turns, man. It's Jeffrey King and Indy Carson like
I
the
know.
rest of the way.
We're going to have a run here. Jeffrey King, hot take, Gordon more at fault than Brad, Texas 2014.
I'd agree.
Mm-hmm. Another Jeffrey King, weekend sweep as a fan, Allgaier and Elliott. Yeah, congratulations.
Good deal.
Another one from him. If all of y'all get sick, can't podcast, your wives can. Yep.
They proved that tonight.
Fighting through it 2 weeks in a row.
We'll do one more for Jeffrey, then we'll go back to Indy Carson. Bubba went bowling. And going back.
It's not the Glen yet.
Going back to Indy Carson, I'm so excited. I now get to sub as an aide for elementary students in schools every Wednesday, and I get to have fun with same-age kids as a game leader for my church's kids program. Can't wait. Glad you're getting to be involved in your local community. That's good. It's good work for you.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. One more for Justin Drake actually coming in. Generous $20. Appreciate that. Mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Well, apparently Cleetus, a.k.a. Forrest Gump, got an empty wrapper because his racing talent is non-existent as soon as the green flag flies. Well, you probably like my prediction then.
Harsh.
Jesus.
That's par for the course for Justin Drake, though.
Mm-hmm.
I give him credit.
He's not afraid to speak his mind.
Yeah.
Another one from Indy Carson, Danny, Eric, and Iceberg. I wish you and your families all a great Easter week. Love having you guys in my night with my new Wednesday school job schedule. God bless you all for entertaining fans. God bless you for your support to all of our channels.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your weekly support for us. We love seeing you in the chat here. Along with everyone
good
else.
Easter as well. Same with everybody else out there. Have
Happy
a great
Easter
weekend.
It's a long weekend for many people. My full-time job, we have Good Friday off, so 3-day weekend coming up. Scott McNew, appreciate the $10. Hope all 3 of you guys have a happy Easter. Go Blue this weekend. He's referring to Michigan, who beat the snot out of my Vols, and I knew we'd lose. I just didn't think we'd lose that bad.
My 2 teams got bounced in the Sweet 16. Texas was lucky to be there, but man, I'm waiting for the Houston Cougars to finally get there. But
I feel like that Meet the Millers meme where it's like, I got paid like $3,000. I got paid $30. You guys got paid, and that's me right now, like with Notre Dame. You guys are in.
Y'all are football school. To be fair, y'all are pretty good football school historically. Yeah.
Boomerang, appreciate the $5. It's crazy how good Ty Gibbs can be when he goes to all the mandatory meetings.
Oh man,
I did think about that. I was like, I wonder if he's been going to more of this stuff, and that's the result. Like Feeman, appreciated $2. Thought it was going to be the chicken podcast. That next April Fools. That's on a Wednesday, guys. We're talking about chicken for 2 hours.
Or I'll just buy a chicken and just have it sitting there.
We need a live chicken for an episode one day, just for the heck of it.
I might know a guy.
Rowdy 8 Diecast, good to see you. Appreciate that. Anything is better than RCR. Would rather Kyle Busch go to trucks and go for the championship. At least he would be making history instead of mid-pack cup. I agree. I would love to see him just go ahead and knock out the Truck Series championship and get it on his record, because before his passing, Greg Biffle was one of the few guys who was closest to having a chance to do that. But then Austin Dillon also is the next closest person who could do that. But we're not going to see Austin winning a Cup Series title anytime soon, I think.
We're at the point with Kyle Busch where we're like, he should drop back down to the Truck Series to rebuild his career. It's like, this is Kyle Busch.
Just play down there for a little bit.
Oh, man.
Fan Boney, appreciate another $5 from you. Wonderful show. Thank you guys for putting in the time and effort to entertain us. Will any of y'all be at the Texas race in May? I'll be there. Very excited. I will not be at Texas Motor Speedway this year. Eric, will you be there? Because it's not far from you.
I will be there. Yes, I will be there.
Very cool. Mikey, appreciate the $1.99. This is the worst week of my life.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. Danny. Thank you for staying in character.
That one got me. I didn't read ahead on that one.
Palm Tree 82, appreciate the $5. Also, imagine if Colic sells 2 charters for 9 figures, then gets 2 to 4 charters for Dodge. Stonks.
I've thought about that, and I've literally been like, can they do that? I guess. I mean, but I guess you're banking on NASCAR unlocking those extra charters, which I don't know if there's a guarantee that they will. I mean, I don't know, but like, yeah.
Bob would know.
Yeah, that'd be a good question for a Bob.
APC, appreciate the $4.99. Do drivers like Elliott and Jr. get in the Hall of Fame for the amount most popular driver awards they have?
They shouldn't.
Yeah,
I would say it's a Junior fan.
They got a lot of cup wins, and Elliott's got a championship.
But Junior will get in for being a 2-time Busch Series champion, good amount of wins in the Cup Series, championship and many race winning owner. There's a lot more to Junior than just being popular.
I mean, if you look at owner and driver alone for O'Reilly, I think you could make the argument, let alone 2-time Daytona 500 champion.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I didn't even list that 2-time Daytona 500 champion. There's a lot to it for Junior. Jensen, appreciate $10. Wife just texted, want to know if the wives being on NWP could be a recurring segment. She's looking forward to watching today's episode. Happy Easter, everyone. I mean, it may not be the last time we see them. Who knows? We'll never say never on the show.
Yeah, I might have to have them on again. They're starting to get into a rhythm, do it more and more. It'll be maybe we make it like a regular segment at some point.
Never know what the future will look like. What I do know the future looks like is that we're out of time. We're out of super chats. That means that the show's about to end in any second now. But hey, the show will come back as it always does. Next week will be on Jarrett's channel. Be over there next Wednesday, April 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. We'll be going over everything that happened this weekend at Rockingham, and we'll be previewing the world's fastest half mile, Bristol Motor Speedway. Looking forward to that. Side note, we have one last super chat here. Eric Andrade, appreciate the $5. Breaking, Nashville sold out to private equity by Karens. April Fools. Y'all have a good one. We're out. See you on Jarrett's channel next week, everybody.
Vote for my mom.
Vote for Jarrett's mom.
Drivers, start your engine!
Be plenty of carnage up. Full head on them. Wound up. Yeehaw, boys. Holy.
It's a junkyard.
There's too much time hitting people. Chill a second. No gas, gotta hang off here. Don't overdrive. Just let me do my job.
10 times. I don't care if I wreck the whole field. I'm over him. He's just a moron. That was an absolute bullshit. Not clear. Awesome. I tell you, Mama ain't raising no.
What the f*** are you doing out here? People are saying, just racing like idiots.
I don't care. Just let me drive.
What is he doing?
This is embarrassing. What a clown show.
Did you ever think you would see that?